I'm Angie Claud, and I wanted to bring you a yoga practice that you can practice from a chair. If for whatever reason you are unable to get down on the floor on a mat, this is a way that you can stretch and enjoy the benefits of yoga. So I'd like you to find a chair that has a nice back to it, that has a solid base. And just allow yourself to be comfortable in the chair, sitting upright with a nice tall stature, with your back gently up against the back of the chair. And then contract slightly through the core and lift through the heart. Maybe gently closing the eyes. And start to feel yourself relaxing from the crown of the head into the face, losing all expression. The shoulders relaxing down. The hips losing any tension. The knees, maybe allowing them to flare out just a bit. And the feet. Everything just settling. Losing tightness, losing tension. Allowing your body just to be. Bring your awareness to your breath. And maybe practicing a little of the Nadi Sudhi breath, where we balance both sides of the brain before we move into our quiet time. Bring your hand up in front of your face and drop down gently your second and third fingers towards your palm, leaving your thumb, your ring finger, and your pinky. Take a deep breath in. And then close off the right nair with the thumb. Breathing out through the left. Breathe back in through the left. Close it off with your ring finger and pinky. Breathe out through the right. Breathe back in through the right. Close it off with the thumb. Breathe out through the left. Breathe back in through the left. Gently close it off. Breathe out through the right. Breathe back in. Close it off and continue this pattern, breathing out and in through one nostril. Closing off, breathing out and in through the other nostril. Continue for several cycles of breath. Next time you find yourself breathing out through the right nair, you can gently place the hand back onto the lap, maybe gently tapping and wiping the nairs, as this does tend to clean the sinuses and allow them to just clear. Now start to take some deep breath in and out. to settle before your practice. Just coming inward. Noticing your thoughts, whatever they may be. Notice your feelings. Allow them to just flow in and out as if clouds floating in the sky. Take your next deep breath in. As you breathe out, let go of all those things you brought with you to this practice. Things that maybe have been weighing heavy on the head, on the shoulders, on the heart. Allow yourself to feel freer and lighter. As you take your next deep breath in, allow the face to climb skyward, stretching through the anterior portion of the throat. Breathe. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, allow your chin to come down to the chest. As you take another deep breath in, allow the right ear to gently drop to the right shoulder. Lifting through the head, now allow the left ear to drop to the left shoulder. Lifting the head back, allow the face to float over to the left, that gentle twist in the neck. Remember, this, like everything else in your practice, should feel good to your body. There should never be pain or strain. Let your face float over to the right now. So again, I can be as gentle, even here with this gentle twist, or as increased as I want to be. Need to be. Gently drop the chin down into the right collarbone. Start to allow the chin to float across the chest from right to left, staying in that half moon sway. If you're able, come full circle here. One way several times. And then the other. Breathe. The next time the chin rolls over the chest, let it find itself over the left collarbone. Allow the chin once again to drop to the chest. Feel the heaviness of the head and allow the weight of the head to gently draw the chin closer and closer to the chest. And gently lift the head back up to neutral. Bring your hands to heart center. Set your intention for your practice. Maybe it's a grateful practice today, to have that attitude of gratitude. Think of those things you're grateful for. Think of all the things you appreciate and are thankful for. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, let go. Just let go. Now we're going to bring our arms back behind us if we can. Maybe grabbing onto the back of the chair, allowing the shoulder blades to reach towards one another. Opening up through the chest, drawing the navel back to the spine. Nice. Now bring the hands in front of you, interlace through the fingers, and push the hands forward, drawing the navel back, rounding through the back a tad. And now we'll flow. It's our seated cow and cat. So opening up in your cow, pressing forward with your cat. Opening up with your cow. Inhale, bringing the breath into play. Coming into your cat. Exhale. Warming up the spine here, promoting circulation. Inhale, cow. Exhaling, cat. Nice. Now come back with your hands onto the chair, lifting through the right arm, maybe staying here, maybe reaching with fingers, always, not straining through the shoulder. So I can either reach with fingers or I can flex through the wrist and press through the palm of the hand. And maybe I stay here, or maybe I come over the head, intensifying this stretch. Try to keep both of your buttocks onto the chair. So both sit bones are flat onto the chair as I lift and bend. Feeling that stretch up the oblique alongside the abdomen. Nice. Same thing on the opposite side now. I lift through my left arm and I can reach with fingers or press through the palm of the hand. Maybe I come over, reaching over. Remember, I'm not leaning, I'm reaching over with the arm. So I'm not taking the whole body and leaning over. I'm trying to stay upright and reaching the left arm over. Nice. Now, bring your right arm down to the, or left arm, excuse me, down to the right side of the chair. If I want to make this a little more increased, I can grab onto the chair and create some resistance. So I'm pulling my left side towards the right, twisting, and I'm twisting from the upper thoracic spine, so from the rib cage up. My hips staying focused forward to protect that lumbar spine. This is your Ardha Matsyendrasana, your half spinal twist. Nice. Same thing on the opposite side now. Hips staying forward, twisting from rib cage up. Now I bring my right arm over, either to the left side of the chair or to the left of the back of the chair, intensifying this a little more here. So again, creating that resistance here as I'm pulling with the chair, but twisting, feeling that resistance in the trunk of the body. Breathe. Nice. Now, take your right arm skyward, and I want you to take your palm and press it towards the back of the room, or direct it to the back of the room, and then bend through the arm if you can, and set the palm in between the shoulder blades. Now, if you can, take the opposite arm and come behind you, and maybe, and I'll turn so you can see, maybe you just are reaching towards one another. Maybe you want to tug onto your shirt. You're lifting one elbow and pressing the other. You're stretching one tricep in the back of the arm and one forearm. Maybe you can make fingers meet, but it's never a mandatory thing. Remember, this is your body, so do what feels good to it. So maybe just reaching is enough. Same thing on the opposite side. Now the opposite arm comes up, palm of the hand to the back. Place that palm of the hand in between the shoulder blades. Opposite arm comes up, and I'll turn again so you can see. Again, maybe I'm tugging onto the shirt. Maybe I'm grabbing onto fingers. Your choice. Nice. And release. Now, I want you to move into what we call eagle arms. So I want you to take your arms and lift them up, making them like goalposts. Your elbows will be even with your shoulders. Now, as we move into eagle arms, if you start to feel any discomfort whatsoever, the modification here is to hug the body. So just to wrap the arms around your body as if you're giving yourself a hug and inching those fingers closer together. This is the modification. However, if you want to perform eagle arms, hands in the air, your elbows are parallel with the shoulder, and I take my right arm here and go underneath my left. And maybe I'm back of the hand to back of the hand. Maybe that's enough. Maybe I can continue to wrap palm to palm, keeping the thumb at about my third eye, lifting through my shoulders, and I feel that stretch in the shoulder. I draw the navel back. I'm keeping a long, tall spine here in my eagle arms. A great stretch across the shoulder blades and for the shoulders. Always remembering it's never a weakness to modify. So if this bothers you at any point, just go to hugging the body. Nice. Same thing on the opposite side now. So now I come back, goalpost arms. Now it's the left underneath the right. I'm back of the hand to back of the hand or palm to palm. Again, I'll turn so you can see. I'm trying to lift those elbows a bit. And I feel that stretch across my shoulder blades. My core is taut, my navel brought into my spine. This should feel good in the shoulders. Eagle arms. Nice. And release. Nice. Coming back to the chair. Now moving into your forward fold. So basically I just want you to fold over. So I want you to tighten through the core and just start to bend. Bend at the crease of the leg. Think of keeping the back long. You're coming forward, trying to keep that back nice and long, hovering the chest over the upper thigh. Now maybe you keep your hands right here to put a little weight into. That's going to be a lot less challenging. Remember now, try not to look up at me so much and to torque the neck. So keep that neck long so there's no strain there. You're working against body weight, so your core, your abdomen should be nice and taut. If you can, drop the hands down. Again, keep that back long. Now I feel the muscles in the back engage a little more. So I'm lengthening through the back. I'm keeping that core tight. I'm relaxing through the head and neck. Breathe. Nice. Now if I can, I want to make sure that my left hand is right beside my left foot. Maybe I'm on fingertips. Maybe I'm on the base of my knuckles gently. Maybe I'm on my whole hand. The more the hand on the mat, the deeper the stretch. So I take my right hand and I come up to my hip, or if I can, I lift it skyward. Now I've come into a little bit of a twist. So again, feeling that twist in the spine, my core is tight, my head is relaxed. Breathe. Rotating through the right wrist if you can. Remember, motion is lotion, so any movement is good. Now relax that arm back down. Same thing on the opposite side. My right hand's beside my right foot. My left hand draws up to my left hip. And maybe it's good there. But maybe I can lift it up. Lifting it up causes a little more of a twist there. So if you start to move into that and that doesn't feel good to you, then ease back down. If you can now, open up the feet just a tad. So you're going to let that span in between your legs get a little greater. And see if you can, having your hands on the floor, drop the head down. Just let the weight of the head drop down. As long as this feels good to you, this is a good thing to have the head beneath the heart. It promotes good sleep. It helps clarity of thought. You're getting a lot of that blood flow down to the brain, which is good. Or up to the brain, we should say. If you can, extend one arm out and the other. Reaching forward, you're going to lengthen through the back here. You're going to feel this up in the upper part of the leg, but mainly in the back and the arms, getting a good extension here. And then if you can, come into a flow. As you take a deep breath in, lift up. Reaching skyward. Exhale down. Coming back down. Again, lift up. And down. Keep that core tight when you come down. Press the sit bones towards the floor, towards the chair as you come up. Extending, reaching out through the back or reaching down, whichever is better for you. Inhale up. Exhaling back down. Nice. Now walk the feet back together. Bring the hands back up to the knees. So moving into our warrior postures. So as I take my left knee out to the side here and take my right and extend it back. And you can keep it bent or lengthen through the leg if you can. Coming into your warrior two, I'm going to open up through the arms here. And I'm going to check that back arm to make sure it's level. We never want the shoulders, the arms higher than the shoulders. That puts strain and stress there. We want to think about reaching through the fingers. So this is our seated warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. And then if I reverse the palm of my front hand and I lift up and lengthen back, I come into my reverse warrior. I feel that stretch in the left oblique down the abdomen, but also in that leg. I'm stretching that hip flexor. Back to your warrior two. Now, if I can either rest my arm on my leg here in my extended side angle, or if I choose to come a little deeper into it, I can settle my hand down onto the floor. Extended side angle. And if it bothers you to have this arm up into the sky, you can always put it onto your waist. Now we flow with the breath. Inhale to a warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Breathe. Nice. Lift on back up. Warrior two. Now, if I turn gently and lift the arms skyward, I came into my warrior one. Virabhadrasana 1. Nice. Let's move to the opposite side there. So now, I'm bending and turning through the right leg to the front, and I'm lengthening through the back leg if I can, but again, remember you can bend. Modify as needed. Warrior two. Remember, I'm thinking about reaching through fingers, softening through shoulders. So there's never any strain on the shoulder. I reverse my front palm and I lift. Reverse warrior. Feel that stretch now in the right oblique. And back. Warrior two. Coming into that extended side angle, whether it's arm on the leg, or remember I can come down to make this a little more challenging. If you can, try to push some weight into that front foot. Really lengthen through the back leg. Breathe. Now start your flow. Inhale. Warrior two. Exhale. Reverse warrior. Inhale. Warrior two. Exhale. Extended side angle. Once again. Inhale. Warrior two. Exhale. Reverse warrior. Inhale. Warrior two. Exhale. Extended side angle. Breathe. Lifting back. Warrior two, moving into your warrior one. I'm going to just drop that back leg and turn. And lift through the arms. Now, this is a great way in your chair, in your warrior one, to stretch your hip flexors. Your hip flexors come up from the groin and wrap around the hip. They are very much involved in a lot of back strain. So, usually when you have minor back strain, you've involved that psoas, or that hip flexor. And the hip flexor is really the driving machine of the body. Everything we do, you know, when we are bending or lifting the leg, we're using the hip flexors. They are very involved in a lot of what we do. So good to keep them strong and healthy and flexible. So this is this warrior one really helps you to stretch those hip flexors. Nice. Bring the hands back. Come back to your chair. Now, if you can, straddle your chair. And you can keep a little bend in the knee, but if you can, and make sure you have your hands really on the chair here, like so, not just the very edge where you could tip it, but into the center. Always safety first. If you have wrist issues, you can come to a fist. And I'm putting weight down into my feet, so I'm not all the way with my weight onto my hands here, but just getting a good inner thigh stretch with both legs if that feels good to you. Nice. Settle back down into your chair. Bring your legs back together. Now lift one knee up and hug onto it. Flex through your foot. Draw your knee to your chest. And notice the more you do that, the more you engage the core. So my core got tight. If I can, I'm going to take that leg and just gently pull it over to the left, opening up that hip. I'm using my core. I'm keeping my body upright. And then I bring that leg back. Take your hand onto your foot if you can. Place that leg on top of the other, making the number 4. You know that whenever we make the number 4 with the body, whether we're sitting, standing, or lying down, we're stretching through that piriformis, which is very important. At the same time, I can create that motion, work that lotion in the joint. So I can really work through the ankle joint here, maybe even move the toes back and forth. Good job. Same thing on the opposite side now. Now I bend through the knee and I pull it up, and if I can, I flex through the foot And try to hover the foot if you can, but if you need to set it onto the chair, you can. Remember, modify as needed. In yoga, we always say we take what we need, we leave the rest behind. Now I'm going to open up with the leg over to the side, opening that hip a little bit, and you feel that stretch in the outer and inner thigh here, your adductors and your abductors. And then I come back, and I take my foot, putting my leg on top of the other, stretching through that piriformis, maybe working through that ankle joint. Wiggling the toes back and forth. Nice. While you're here, slide one leg over the other, just like you're crossing your legs. And then I want you to come forward, hinging once again from those creases in the leg. So this is going to feel a little bit different than when we have both legs on the floor. Maybe I'm just lengthening through the back, keeping my hands on the chairs. Maybe I'm able to bring my hands down. This is a little deeper stretch. You can feel this more in the back and more up in the upper part of the leg here. Nice. Keep your core tight here. Engage your abdomen. All right, lift on up and use your core when you lift. Keep yourself from straining through the back. Now I'm setting my right leg down. I'm crossing over with my left leg. And then again, I come forward. I'm tightening through my core. I'm keeping my back long. I'm folding forward here. And I start to feel the muscles in the abdomen and the back engage. Such a great stretch of the back here. Remember, my head and neck is flat, so I don't strain there. I can always drop my fingertips to the floor, keeping my back long once again. Now I start to feel a little more down into my lower back and into the upper part of the leg. Breathe. Nice. Use your core to lift up. Set your foot back down. Nice. Come back to your breath. Just in and out. Nothing forced. Nothing that you need to strain or even think about. Just allow the breath to flow in and out naturally as it wishes. Notice any tightness in the body, maybe even tightness that we've created during our practice. And if you sense any tightness, concentrate on that spot and breathe. Coming back once again to that attitude of gratitude. What are the things that you're grateful for? What are the things that you appreciate? What are those things that you give thankfulness to? returning through ankles, maybe your wrist, maybe the toes, the fingers wiggle. Maybe you feel a need to bend or rotate through the neck. When you're ready, bring your hands back to heart center. Always remembering that we are back to the same posture as we began. We're on the same chair, we're in the same place, but we're never the same. We are ever changing. And we always remember that we learn from the past, we hope for the future, but we live in the present. So be here, be now. Live right here in the present, where life truly is. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, once again, let go of all those things that you don't need. We always end our practice with that simple salutation, Namaste. It simply means the light and life in me honors and respects the light and life in you. Namaste. I hope you've enjoyed this chair practice. Stay tuned for more.